Derbyshire balanced their LV County Championship match with Middlesex right back up on a rain-affected second day at Lord's in spite of some hard work from Sam Robson. Resuming on 205 for 9 after a hard-fought opening day, Derbyshire's last pair was soon faced with some fire from Stephen Finn, who was searching for his 5th wicket. He wasn't able to get that, as for the second match running, Derbyshire eked useful runs from their last men, with Mark Turner and Tim Groenewald both making it into the 20s. Indeed, it took Middlesex more than half an hour to end the innings, Groenewald nicking Tim Murtagh behind on 25 as the East Midlanders were all out for 231. How good a total that was now depended on how Middlesex started their reply, and Chris Rogers did that rather well as he struck the first 2 balls of the innings, bowled by Tony Palladino, to the boundary. Palladino, who was run out without facing a ball on day 1, could hardly have made a worse start. He must have wondered what he'd done to deserve this when, soon afterwards, he found the edge of Rogers' bat, only to see him spilled in the slips by Dan Redfern. So it was left to the impressive Groenewald to remove the former Derbyshire captain, with Rogers going LBW for 16 at 21 for 1. And in his next over, Groenewald must have been close to also seeing the back of Robson in a similar fashion. Robson scored back-to-back 50s in the win at Nottinghamshire last week, and he's already turning a few heads this summer, while Joe Denley, his new partner, looked to impress for the first time, having failed in his only innings at Trent Bridge. He looked an imperious touch here with some clashy shots all around the wicket as Middlesex looked to move on. Certainly, as impressive as they were, the Derbyshire attack lacked the extremely good discipline of their counterparts on the first day, when Derbyshire were able to score at only a little over 2 runs per over. Having said that, they did create chances. Robson was dropped off John Clare, a sharp chance at 3rd slip. Robson tried to make the most of that as he went in search of a hat-trick of half-centuries, making Derbyshire pay for their profligacy as he did so. Clare didn't have to wait too long before he did get the wicket he deserved. Denley the man to get the nick this time, with Wes Durston making no mistake. The former Kent man made 34. And that led to the moment that Derbyshire came storming back into this contest. David Milan followed in the next over, edging the bustling Turner to Tom Poynton, before Neil Dexter was very unfortunate to play a ball from Palladino back onto his stumps, the worm turning for the bowler at last. That left Middlesex in some trouble on 90 for 4 as the players then left the field for some time following a cloudburst in London. On their return, Robson simply carried on where he'd left off before the enforced break. There's been some talk already this season of where the Australian-born's future may lie. He says that he considers himself to be English, and that is no bad thing given the way he started this campaign. Selector Jeff Miller was an interested spectator at Lord's. 3 fours in an over off Palladino took Robson to another 50. This one had occupied 101 deliveries and included 8 boundaries. Middlesex now looked to him to go on to give his side a healthy first innings advantage to put pressure on the Derbyshire batsman second time around. Robson celebrated that by striking his 9th 4 as he dominated a 5th wicket partnership of 46 with John Simpson. But with a total on 136, Robson, having eased to 68, was out, slashing an edge to Durston off Clare. Simpson followed Robson back to the pavilion in the next over. With his personal tally on a dozen, he edged Durston to Redfern to leave the match in the balance once again, with Middlesex on 140 for 6 and 71 runs behind. Had Ollie Rayner not been dropped behind off Clare before he got his eye in, then this hard-working Derbyshire side may have reached the halfway stage of this match in the ascendancy. As it was, Rayner and Gareth Berg saw out the final hour of the day in adding a very important 40 runs. Middlesex clawed out a 75-run first innings lead at Trent Bridge last week, and that ended up being plenty. They go into day 3 still behind in this one, but only by 51 runs on 180 for 6. They will look to Berg on 27 and Rayner on 16 to push on in the morning to see if another valuable lead can be gained.